We just learned the Oyster Point overpass in Newport News is closed in both directions because of this snow, so huge issues on the peninsula.
Yeah, Rico Bush now live in Hampton this morning, where we know the 664 overpass to 64 west at the Coliseum is closed because of the conditions you're experiencing right now. And Rico, tell us more about what's happening in Hampton.
Yeah, Don and Katie, the snow is still coming down here in Hampton. You don't have to be out here long to know that these are not the conditions you want to be out in. The snow continues to accumulate, and things have only gotten worse since we've been out here about 4:30 this morning. Take a look here. This is a ruler I have in my hand. This ruler shows about, let's see, 3 to 4 inches of snow, and it's only getting worse throughout the day, of course, as the morning moves along. Take a look at the roadways right now. Right now you see not a lot of cars here, but we just actually saw a lot of cars here on the roadway. Right now you're not looking at much, but there were a lot of cars here on West Mercury Boulevard, Coliseum Drive near I-64. Now we also saw, as snowplows, they have come back onto this main road here to plow this street, but you can still see that it is pretty covered after they actually went on this roadway here. That car we showed you about 30 minutes ago, it was stalled out for about an hour. Well, multiple people came to help that car out, and now that car is gone from this area. But I actually had to stop counting the amount of cars getting stalled, and that's because there are just too many cars stuck in this snow. So as we've been saying all morning long, if you don't have to be out, don't go out. Snow plows, they are working very hard with their workers and crews, of course, to make sure these roadways are clear for drivers. But again, as we've been saying all morning, if you don't have to go out, don't get out on the roads. We'll continue to monitor these road conditions, and of course we'll bring you updates throughout the morning. That's the very latest here from Hampton. Rico Bush. Don, Katie, back to you.
Wow, blizzard conditions in Hampton. Rico Bush, thank you very much. Good to see that truck right behind him working to keep the roads clear. Now, it has been snowing all night across our area. Our live team coverage of the winter weather starts now with Maria Elena Baloris in Virginia Beach.
Maria Elena, how are the roads looking where you are, and have conditions changed at all since we last spoke with you?
Well, the snow is kind of starting to pick up since that last time we spoke. Then the snow is really accumulated on the roads. We're by Virginia Beach Boulevard and Independence, and that's because we haven't seen plow trucks out here probably in about 30 minutes or so. They were doing some pretty regular rounds, but it's been a little while. Probably get into other parts of the city. But as you can see, it's not too bad out here right now. There is a pretty good coating on the road, but we've seen a number of cars go by today. Only 2 with issues. One stalled out briefly, and the other lost its bumper driving through a pile of snow. So obviously be mindful of where you are driving and what type of a car you are in. But out here in Virginia Beach, it's not too bad on the roads, on the main roads anyway. We're seeing a little bit of action on some of those side roads, but the main roads have had a pretty frequent plow schedule. And what we've been seeing here is it's a little more snowy right now, but earlier this morning it felt more like sleet, and you could literally hear the sleet pinging off of our jackets and the light posts, the cars. So it's kind of calmed down into a little more snow, a little less of that water feel to it. But with that sleet, we've noticed a lot of ice underneath this layer of snow that's on the ground. It's on the roads, it's in the parking lots, and it's also on the sidewalks. So even if you are out walking, that's something to be mindful of. Make sure you are looking out for ice. So we're going to be out here obviously monitoring, like we have been saying all morning long. If you don't need to be out, don't be out on the roads, but just be mindful of the snow and the ice that might also be there as well. In Virginia Beach, I'm Maria Elena Baloris. Don, Katie, back to you.
We're back with more of our team coverage of this winter weather wallop. Aaron Kelly joins us from Williamsburg, and Kara Dixon is monitoring conditions in Chesapeake.
Of course, meteorologists Deidre Tate and Jeremy Wheeler are hard at work in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center. Their next forecast is just minutes away. First, though, we are keeping a very close eye on the roads this morning. Crews are working to make them safe, but you are still advised to stay off of them. Right now, Virginia Secretary of Transportation Aubrey Lane joins us. And Mr. Lane, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Now, you told us you want to stress how important it is to stay off the roads.
Morning, Don and Katie. I drove about 8 miles from my house in Virginia Beach to the operations center here on Rion Road, and I saw numerous people into the walls on the interstates or having some type of issue. Please stay off the roads, not only for your own safety, but as We have our crews out working, trying to clear the interstates. We have emergency people. They can't do their job with you on the roads, and it also imperils them. So, Don, you're exactly right. I would please ask everybody to stay off the roads, and we'll continue to update people when it might be safe to travel. But right now, that is not the time.
Now, Mr. Lane, what do you have to say to folks? I mean, we've had a number of people message us already and say, you're saying stay off the roads, but our bosses told us if we don't come in today, we lose our jobs. What do you say to them, and what do you say to those bosses who are still making them come in?
Well, I would say that you need to use common judgment, and your safety and of yourself and others, to me, should take precedent here. I certainly understand that pressure. I think it's a little bit short-sighted. We'll be able to work come next week once this is cleared, or the next couple of days. But if you have an accident or cause some type of injury to yourself or others, then you've made the situation a lot worse. So I would ask people to use their good judgment in determining in that regard, but safety has to come first.
And Mr. Lane, we've already heard about a couple of key areas that have problems right now. The Oyster Point overpass in Newport News near 64 and 664, the flyover to 64 West in Hampton, shut down because of road conditions. Have you heard of any other areas that are shut down because of this, or any other warnings about particular travel spots?
Yeah, those are the two that right now we're having the most difficulty with. I think the one on 664, I'm looking at the monitors here at the Operations Center. I believe they've now let traffic to go there. But again, everything is actually open, but in terms of passable and in terms in just your passenger car, it's very, very treacherous. So please, again, stay off the roads. And Don, we will do our best to get them passable and open as soon as possible.
All right, Virginia Transportation Secretary Aubrey Lane, thank you so much for taking the time today. We know that you are very busy.
But thank you.
Y'all be safe, and thank you so much for allowing me to be on.
All right, let's take a look. We've got blizzard warnings up for parts of it. So again, you know, we just talked about staying off the roads. We have a blizzard warning up for a good portion of Hampton roads. There it is. And we got blowing snow across the region. Now, this is Super Doppler 10. We've had rain and freezing rain along coastal North Carolina. There's problems here into Currituck. I've had reports of ice by Greg, my weather watcher, all the way into Elizabeth City. And I just had a report in here around Hertford. A woman sent me a report saying there's crackling on the trees and the power lines, and they could be starting to break because there's icing in here. And it's not just snow. I mean, there's a little bit of snow, but it's been mostly ice into northeast North Carolina. Your snow totals, we've been lowering them, we've been bringing them down, but the ice is going to be a problem. And there will be a changeover to snow, but it's not going to happen right away. I'll talk about that. Ahoskie northward up to Murfreesboro, snow with sleet at times. That goes up to Franklin. You see a patch where it's trying to change over back to sleet again. And it goes back and forth. You know, it's averaging a large area, but there's pockets in here, basically. Into Suffolk, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, lots of snow. Pockets of sleet at times, and the snow gets heavy at times. Here in Portsmouth, just a little bit ago, we looked out the window. Yeah, it was coming down, and there it is. We're in downtown Portsmouth. Over to Norfolk, heavy snow, and over towards northern Virginia Beach, Bay Lake Beach, and the Allenton area. Hampton, Newport News, you've had moderate to heavy snow at times. It's coming down again. It's wind-driven. Again, we got blizzard warnings, blowing snow. You can't get through that, especially here at Hampton Roads. So just try to stay in today. Stay in today. I mean, just do it. Pocosin, Menchville, up to Yorktown, we've got snow, and heavy snow reaches over to the eastern shore. I had a report a little bit ago, a picture. Cape Charles, lots of snow there. Gloucester, I'm getting reports of 5.5, 6.5, almost up to 7 inches of snow. And Williamsburg as well. My weather watcher Don reporting over 7 inches of snow a little bit ago. That goes up to the eastern shore. Accomack, I had a report just recently from a viewer, and they said they had about 8 inches, it looked like. So Future Track, our computer model, keeps the snow going between now and noon. That mixed zone stays here for a little while. It will finally change over between noon and 3 p.m. to snow, so you're going to have a layer of ice and then snow on top of it down around Elizabeth City probably this afternoon. It's going to be treacherous for travel. Rest of us, there's going to be deep snow out there, temperatures in the 20s, winds out of the northwest, strong, blowing that snow around. 5 o'clock, the snow starts to wrap up, but we're still going to have winds blowing the snow around, so you won't be able to get out there. And then we're going to clear things out tonight, but it's going to be cold and windy. Temps falling down to the teens. Latest snowfall forecast map. Here's the update. And the update is I've edged this west a little bit, the higher amounts west. And I've also taken it north a little more towards the Accomack County and up into Middlesex County now. 8 to 12 inches in the white zone here. 4 to 8 inches in the deep blue. That goes for the northern neck. May have to raise that a little bit, but much less down here. But there's going to be ice between Elizabeth City and down towards the northern Outer Banks. So there's going to be big problems with that ice, and really down towards Edenton as well. So now 48 inches for Chesapeake and southern Virginia Beach, but higher amounts up here, northern Virginia Beach, northern Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Hampton, Newport News, Williamsburg, Gloucester. You're in the 8 to 12 inch zone with locally higher amounts, and there's some sleet in here at times, but you're really going to stack it up, especially on the peninsula in towards Isle of Wight down to Franklin. That's been the biggest band in the eastern shore. So 48 inches in there for a good bit of Virginia Beach. The north end, let's say towards Bayside, about 8 to 12, but much less down towards Blackwater. Okay, so that's the snow report that I have for you. Now let's talk about some other conditions out there. Deetra?
And as you mentioned earlier, you talked about the blizzard warning that's in place for parts of the area. It's primarily for the areas right along the coast, the eastern portions of the south side, the tip of the peninsula here, and also the tip of the eastern shore, where we have winds sustained right now around 20, 25 miles per hour, but the winds have been gusting close to 40. Right now, the winds are at 37 miles per hour gusts in terms of how fast they are kind of blowing up to, and that's in Norfolk at the airport, again, close to 40. We could see up to 45, but again, definitely windy, blowing around that snow that has already fallen and is really creating low visibility. So here's a check of the visibility around the Hampton Roads area in particular. Most spots are dealing with visibility less than a half of a mile. You have about 3/10 of a mile visibility in Virginia Beach. You have about 3/10 of a mile visibility in Newport News, less than a quarter of a mile for Williamsburg, and it's just shy of a mile for those of you in Suffolk and Chesapeake. As far as the winds, aside from just blowing around that snow, it's really going to create some very, very cold windshield values as we work our way through tonight. Through 5 o'clock, it's going to feel like it's in the teens. Overnight tonight through tomorrow morning, it's going to feel like single digits, getting close to the 0 mark, or maybe even sub-freezing is what it'll feel like when you factor in the wind. Even through 3 o'clock, it's going to be a struggle for it to feel like 10 degrees at about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. More of your forecast is coming up.
Deetra, thank you. And our continued coverage of this winter weather takes us to Williamsburg.
Aaron Kelly has been monitoring things there since we came on the air at 6. You're somewhere between Colonial Williamsburg and the Outlet Mall. Look at all of that snow behind you. Wow.
It just keeps coming down. It's swirling all around us here. It's got a real bite to it. We're about 1.5 miles from the Outlet Mall. I just got an update from the city of Williamsburg. Colonial Williamsburg is closed today. That includes the public ice rink. Now, we're off of Richmond Road. I want to show you how it's looking right here. You see some cars coming through here, taking it slow. It's got a very good coating on it right now. We have seen plows going through throughout the morning. The city of Williamsburg has 5 plow trucks that are going through. They also have the salt and sand mixture that they've been putting down. Now it's much deeper here on the snow. The snow is much deeper here on the grass. I want to show you down here. Several inches of snow here just off of the side of the road, but on the road it's still drivable right now, but you want to keep in mind that there could be some ice under there because we've been seeing that in the parking lot as well. So that's the latest here from Williamsburg. I'm Erin Kelly. I'll send it back to you.